everybody? It's your boy Boo coming at you all day. Brand new Supreme droplets. God damn it, bro. I thought Supreme was going to be turning up with hysteric glamour this week. I mean, we still got that collaboration on the way, but no sir. This week we're getting this Jane's Addiction collection alongside a couple kind of interesting lookbook items. So thank y'all for joining me here on the page where we're going to discuss my favorite items to go for profit, for wasting my own money, because we know I don't make no profit over here, fellas. But yeah, we got a whole drop list to attack. I'm not sure what I'm going to go for yet. I'm going to need you guys to help me out with it, because there's a couple items I'm like, I could waste a lot of money on these. So you guys are gonna have to encourage me. Let's just get into this drop list today though. I hope you guys do enjoy. Certainly not the best week of the season, but there's a couple interesting items here. So yeah, let's get into it. And of course, to start it off, I always gotta remind you guys, if you'd like to join my private Discord group browser where I do a write-up every single week of my favorite items to go for. We got the homies in there that can also run their bots for you if there's items you don't think you're gonna be able to manual. We also just have release information about every drop happening going on in the resale universe. So if you wanna join, hit the top link in the comment section, and also feel free to join my free Discord as well. There's a link for that. You guys see me in both those Discords right before every single release. And yeah, let's start attacking this drop list. Starting it off, a really special one here, the Brooklyn Machine Works bike. Now this is an item that initially released back in like the 90s with Supreme. It was a friends and family only item. I can't even tell you how many exist. It's probably under like 10. So a very historic Supreme item that they're now re-releasing in two different colorways. We got a red, we got a black, and it's gonna cost $4,000. So that's a little awkward, man. I don't know the normal pricing of these bikes, but 4 racks, that's out of my jurisdiction, man. Like, I'm gonna give that to the big ballers. But could these actually resell? I'm not positive. Like, if you guys remember, Supreme back in the day was making a lot of different bike releases, and some of them certainly did have profit, but that was also kind of in the heyday of Supreme, where anything they really made accessory wise was flipping for bread. I do think these are really, really sick bikes. Like, damn, man, it would be such a flex to see someone riding one of these on the New York streets. I think it is a dope item. I'm really glad they made it, just especially because it is like a historic Supreme item, one of their first accessories. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be passing on it. I can't even tell you guys if it's gonna resell or not, because I have no fucking clue, y'all. When it comes to some of these really expensive accessories, it's such a money risk. I'm not gonna go tell you guys to buy a $4,000 item unless I am positive it's gonna flip, but I do imagine these are pretty limited and will sell out. Let's go to something insanely more cheap. Some fucking bookmarks, man. $20 bookmarks here. Now, of course, the best colorway is gonna be that skyline color, man. I think that is a really cool bookmark. I would have definitely liked to see them do some more fun bookmark designs, bring out some Supreme prints for them, because the black and the red are just a little bit boring for me. But these come in at 20 bucks a pop. It's definitely a fun little novelty item. I don't think it's anything people are expecting to flip. It's a cool item. It's something different, something you can actually use as well. But at the end of the day, you could even just use like a box logo sticker and kind of get the same effect. Although these are metal, so I guess they'll hold up. But yeah, it's a skip. Let's talk about one of my favorite items of the week, and definitely one of the items from this lookbook that caught my eye. The Trompe l'Oeil loose fit jean. This is a really cool pair of pants because it gives you the illusion of this super dirty, torn up look, when in reality it's actually just a printed design. I'm sure that bums some of you guys out. Certainly bums me out. But if these were actually a ripped up pair of pants, it would probably be costing us like 300 bucks. So they're saving us some money, making them only 200. I do think the artwork is super fire. Shout out to HJR. I'd love to see HJR work on some other stuff from Supreme, because this was definitely one of the pants that caught my attention in the lookbook. We've seen this Trompe l'Oeil effect used by Supreme before. The Margiela collection, we got those t-shirts that had the printed on Supreme tee on the t-shirt, as well as the TNF collection by Tremaine Stinkery. In general, this has just been a really popular style in fashion lately, and Supreme's definitely been capitalizing on it. We got the jeans as well as the work jacket. The $438 for this seems kind of outlandish, man, because this is all just printed on. Like, I don't even think the Supreme on the back's embroidered or anything, so why is this so much more expensive? I don't get it. But if this was a real like torn up design, oh, this would be such a banger, man. We got a really infamous Supreme patch on the sleeve, the don't ask for shit on the other side, couple of Supreme pins with the Supreme hit. Like, this is such a dope design, man. I think they crushed it on this, but I would really love to see these in person, because I'd imagine in hand it might look a little funky. I feel like this effect shows up a lot better on the computer screen than when you see it in hand. It's probably a little cheaper looking. So I don't really think these are gonna have much resale. I think it's a little too jarring of a design, and that printed look, I think at the end of the day is not gonna be something something people truly love. If this was a torn up set, maybe we'd have some better potential. The pants are definitely the way to go though if you want to make money off of them. I don't think I'm gonna risk it. Like do I? Oh my gosh. Maybe I will, bro. I don't know. Like I need to buy something this week. I didn't want to spend a lot of money, but at the same time, this is a really dope pair of pants, and I think it's something I gotta show to you guys in hand. If the illusion on these actually ends up looking super sick, I gotta own a pair, man. It's not really a pant I would wear very often at all. I want to pay the price, I think, just to show it to you guys on the page. So man, drop a like for me for wasting my money on this bullshit, because these could potentially look fucking stupid as hell. I think it'd be really fun to unbox these and see the illusion for ourselves. So I've just talked myself into wasting 200 bucks. There you go, y'all. Hope you guys are happy. The jacket, although I think it's a better design, $438 is just too much of a price wall for us to break down. We're not going for all that. So we're gonna be passed on the jacket. I don't really see much profit for either of these, but the loose fit jean has some potential. If you long-term held it, I'm gonna get a pair. Fuck it. Moving on, Arc Thermal Zip. These are really upvoted this much, $198. I mean, you know what? This actually isn't a bad design. I definitely am partial to the sand camo. I mean, COD just came out. You know, we've been grinding our camos over here, man. I got 1.8 KD. Y'all fuck with me. Actually, that new COD is fire. But that gray is definitely my favorite. Super classic Supreme look. But god damn, man, $198. I mean, I know it's got this lining on the inside and everything, but that just seems really expensive. I would call these ones a skip unless you like them for yourself. I think they're solid, but a little boring. Let's talk about these leather goods, because we have a whole leather set coming out. The shoulder bag, duffel, backpack, waist bag. Now these leather items have honestly not been doing that hot with Supreme. They've done them before, and I looked at the prices and I wasn't too pleased, especially with how crazy the retails are. We know in general Supreme bags, they've kind of lost their infamy. I mean, they've been releasing them every season for so long now that it's like everyone pretty much that wanted one of these bags has owned them at this point. Of course, these are leather, so it is a much nicer material here, but it still kind of has that cheapish Supreme look to it. Like, I don't know if leather's fully gonna pull enough weight to make this a highly sought after bag. It does kind of give vibes of those like 2016, 2017 hypebeast days. Y'all seen me rocking these bags all the time. I would have liked them to bring out just a classier look. I don't know how they could have accomplished it. I think more of like a satchel vibe could have been sick. I don't know, man. I'm just kind of tired a little bit of this same body for the shoulder bags. The duffels aren't bad, but they're $328. The backpacks, I'm not mad about, but again, $300. And waist bags, I just don't really see people rocking waist bags like that anymore. I feel like it's a dead trend. So overall, I would call these a skip. I love the brown they brought out. We've definitely not seen brown leather before. The green is an intriguing one because we've certainly seen some green bags do really well. But at the same time, that was because they were mocking that Bottega Veneta look, which these really don't. So I would call these a skip. They're going to be a long hold. Some of them will probably sell out, but it's just too expensive for me and a little too much risk. But moving on, we got the Crest soccer jersey, which we were supposed to get last week. Kind of wish we did because I had nothing to fucking go for, but we're getting them this week. And oh, I kind of hate these, man. I know these are based off an older football kid or a soccer, you know, come on, shout American. But I just still don't really like the design, man. It looks a little weird to me. I don't know why, like, I don't like it, but the colorways don't really do much for me either. The green is definitely my favorite. I don't really like the pink too much. The maroon's a little boring, and the black and white looks like some referee, like Foot Locker shit, if I'm being real. So I really just like the green one. I have a feeling that's what's gonna sell out first. These are really cheap at 98 bucks. I just don't know if they have enough branding for people to really spend resale money for these. Like, I could see them getting up to 130, 140, but after fees and stuff, you're really not making much off them. I don't see this as like a $160, $170 kit. Maybe down the line, several months later. I mean, a lot of these jerseys do go up over time, so if you're down for the hold, I could recommend the green or like maybe a pink or black in a bigger size, but I'm gonna be skipping on them. I'm just not that into them. The green is definitely my favorite. Like, the green I think is pretty solid, but the other colorways, they just don't really do much for me. I'm not a big football soccer fan. I don't really give a fuck, so sorry y'all, not my thing. That's why I'm passing. Moving it on, we got the reflective piping pullover, another kind of football style item here. Looks like a warm-up. They actually have some dope, that S on the side is fire that they put down by the sleeve. I really dig that decal. But you know what? Wait, what's retail on these? $178. I wish they had a big backside hit. I know it's hypebeast as fuck, but it would really help out their resell. But these are not too bad, honestly. Like, I actually kind of dig them. You got the reflective 3M piping throughout. This black color is kind of sick, dude. Actually, the more I look at these, I'm sort of like, you know what? I'm not even gonna hate on them. This is a pretty clever jacket. I'm a fan. I wonder, is there matching pants for these as well? Yeah, there is. The jacket's definitely gonna do better. $178. I think the red colorway is actually really nice here. Maybe the navy's not too bad. It'd probably be the black or the red. I kind of am partial to that red one though. The 3M really shows up on it the best. You got the white logo. This could actually end up aging down the line. It would take us some months, but sometimes these jackets hit some ridiculous prices, so I'm never fully out on them. It's just a bit of a risk for me, so I don't really buy them too often. Sometimes I do. I'm passing on this one, but maybe this is actually a sneaky cop this week. Try to go for bigger sizes. Leather baggy 5-pocket jeans. Feels like we get a leather pant like this every season. Now this is a baggy version. And I know the baggy jeans from Supreme are pretty popular. Same with like Stussy. Pretty solid item. Probably not gonna flip. 500 bucks. So I'm out on them, but if you're in the market for some leather pants, I would imagine these are actually pretty nice. But next up is one of my favorite items of the week, the New Era accent beanie. Now, when I saw these in the lookbook, I instantly was like, man, this is gonna be a hitter. Reminds me a lot of a New Era beanie we got a couple seasons ago that I also told y'all was gonna hit. I was stupid though. I think I bought one of them, but almost every colorway, it's called like a New Era script beanie or something like that. Every color of those went insane on the market. The reason being, these kind of skull cap style beanies with the big Supreme hits on them, it's just a really current trend. Like, people love these. The Stussy ones do well. This beanie style in general is really popping, and I love this logo. The jackets with this logo actually ended up doing pretty decent, even though they're sort of a weird style. The black gonna hit. The green is my favorite. Well, actually that purple color is really nice, but the green with the black I think is sick. The orange is nice. The red I don't really love. I think they fumbled the red. It should have just been red and white. But even that tan is not bad. So I'm gonna be getting a couple of these. I think I'm gonna definitely get the green. I'm gonna definitely get the black. And I'm definitely getting like that navy purple colorway. So that's 3 different beanies there. 40 bucks a pop. These are gonna be going for 80, 90 bucks in a couple months. Really, really high on these. I think they're definitely gonna sell out somewhat fast. Not fast enough you can't cop or anything, but I haven't been this up on a beanie since the heart beanie from week 1 that we also saw sell out pretty quickly, and I was telling y'all to buy. Not anyone else was really saying to buy those. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, I'm super in on these. You're gonna see me copping some this week. I recommend you guys do too. You're gonna wanna hold on to them, but they're certainly gonna go up in their price very nicely. Reflective jacquard cam cap. Again, this feels like an item a couple years ago that would have really hit on the market. Till 58. I mean, this camo is really sick. I love the camo. I almost wish it didn't have the 3M on it. 58 is a hefty price for a cam cap, but again, I can never say a cam cap is gonna break, because like, I swear, when it's the most ugly random design is when it ends up hitting on the market. So I would say the red, the black, or that camo. I really dig the camo though. I'd imagine that's the one that sells out first, because that's a pretty unique camo colorway we've not seen on a camp before, and it looks great. I've definitely seen these 3M reflective cam caps do well before in the past with almost this exact same design, so I'm not out on these. Really solid item. You definitely want to multi-cart with something else. But next up, let's talk about this Supreme Jane's Addiction collection, because there's a ton of stuff here. It's all at the bottom of the drop list, which is kind of a bummer, but I don't really blame people. Jane's Addiction is one of those collabs we get from Supreme every season where they do some punk or like rock band. Most of the time it's kind of an obscure like 80s or 90s one. I've heard of Jane's Addiction. I looked up some songs by them though, and I did not recognize any of their songs, so I really do not know much about the band. Usually I can like somewhat know stuff about these bands, like the Melvins, My Bloody Valentine. Like this one, I don't got any answers for y'all, but I do think they did pretty solid on the collection. The cardigan is the runaway best piece without question. This is definitely the item I've seen getting the most love from people. When I first saw it, I was even like, man, do I go cop one of these? But I mean, I just, 228's a little tax for me, and I just know I'm not really gonna wear these much. I do love the print though on the backside with that kind of faded bleach look next to it. They absolutely crushed this cardigan. This is one of the better designed collab items I've seen out of Supreme all season long. But it's just, I don't know, man. I have enough cardigans already. I'm gonna be passing. I don't really see much profit for these. It could end up down the line actually getting some nice sales if it just becomes obscure enough, because I don't imagine there's gonna be a humongous stock, and I would think not that many people are buying these to resell because it is an obscure rock collab. Between the two colors, I think the red looks better, but I would imagine the black does better just because black cardigans is a classic. I'm gonna be passing on it personally, and if you're gonna try to flip it, it would take you a long time, several months. So I'm out on those, and honestly with resell, this whole collection I'm pretty out on. I don't know much about the graphics. I assume it's from album covers or maybe shots from music videos. It's just not a band I have any like connection to. So the t-shirts I'm passing on. The hoodie I'm not that big on as well. The button-up shirt, I wish the graphic was on the back side, and I never really liked the ringer tees from these collabs. So overall it's definitely a skip, but it's cool to see Supreme always paying tribute to kind of its roots. The bare bones of Supreme, like becoming a huge brand, was doing these obscure collections. So I'm always glad to see them still doing them. Not everything can be some hypebeast ass Nike TNF release. We got a couple last items to talk about. The Rhinestone 5-panel, $78, bro. God damn. These LA IG brands be making these for like 30 bucks, Supreme. Can you just do the same? We don't need this like Swarovski, whatever the fuck kind of crystal shit this is, because that's just way too much bread, man. And this is a really solid looking hat too. I like the camo. The black's nice. The green. Every color here is pretty solid, but at 78, man, just too much bread. The balaclava was the same. Just really expensive, even though it looks sick. So a disappointment for me personally. I really wish I could be in on this one. I would have loved a pair of denim that had this Supreme spell out. Like that would have looked fire. But yeah, I think there is some chance one of these colors sells out, and maybe way down the line, because Supreme's really never done a hat in this style before with the rhinestone oldie. But this is not the one, man. I'm not paying 80 bucks for one of those. We got the piping track pants. Not really big on these either. I'd go for the jacket for sure if you're trying to get one of those items. And then finally the woven striped shirt is kind of boring. Something you could find at a Zoomies or something, to be honest. That's gonna do it for this week, y'all. I think I've made up my mind I'm gonna get a pair of these jeans. You'll probably see me get 2 or 3 of those beanies as well to get the free shipping. That's a solid cart. The pants I'm not expecting to really make much bread on. Maybe the bigger sizes do well. I don't think it has enough Supreme branding, and the printed on look of it I think is gonna weird people out a bit when they see them in hand. We're gonna find out for ourselves though. I'm gonna scam myself for the boys. But aside from that, there's a lot of skips here, y'all. Maybe a soccer jersey in the green colorway. The beanies I by far think are the best investment here, so I recommend y'all go for them. And it's been your boy Boone, y'all. See you for the live cop. I hope you guys enjoyed. Not the biggest week, but I know we got some big ones coming up. So yeah, lock the fuck in. I'll see y'all later, man. I'm out. Peace.